This video is brought to you by Squarespace, the place to go for all of your website needs. Fujifilm has released 3 cameras in quick succession this year, the long-awaited successors to the X-H2 and X-T5. But the response to the 26.2 megapixel X-H2S and the 40 megapixel X-H2 and X-T5, I think it's fair to say, has been uneven. Personally, I'm still trying to carve out sufficient quality time with the X-H2 and X-T5 so that I can draw hard conclusions, an overall conclusion. There is much to be discerned. But the one conclusion I can draw thus far? Oh, baby. Hey everybody, I'm Hugh Brownstone for 3 Blind Men and an Elephant. And I will be very brief because there is so much still to do over the next week, so little time to do it. And the one thing I can tell you about the X-H2 and X-T5 is preliminary, yet very straightforward, a taste. Fujifilm's new 3.5-pound, $2,000 XF150-600 f5.6-8R LM-OISWR, the full-frame field of view and depth of field equivalent of a 225-900 f8.4-12, weather-sealed, optically stabilized, using the latest linear motors, that's what the alphabet salad at the end of the lens means, combined with either of the high-resolution APS-C film cameras, is capable of image quality approaching or matching full-frame lenses costing anywhere between $6,000 and $13,000 for the same object size in the frame. That is, somewhere between 1/3 and 1/6 or 1/7 the price. Tipping the scales, I should add somewhere around half the weight, before considering the costs of the cameras themselves. Now, one image of the moon does not a complete case make, especially when neither the genre nor particular subject are my métier. But wowzers. At normal viewing sizes and distances, the combination of the lens's innate image quality, bravo Fujifilm, with a 1.5x crop and a full 40 megapixels at that 1.5x crop, compared even to my Sony A7R5's 61 megapixel count, which drops to 26 megapixels when in APS-C mode. The Sony A1's 50 megapixel count dropping to 21 megapixels in APS-C mode, yield an incredibly effective alternative to big, heavy, and expensive. $6,000. Think Sigma's brilliant 500mm f4 plus $7,000 for my Leica SL2 or $3,700 for a Panasonic S1R. $13,000. Think Sony's incredible 600mm f4 plus another $4,000 for an A7R5. Never mind $6,500 for an A1. Now we're talking price only. $37,000 or $4,000 for the Fujifilm kit versus at least $9,700 for the Sigma kit, as much as $13,000 if we go the Leica route. Go the Sony route, and now we're talking, of course, the same $37,000 or $4,000 for the Fujifilm kit versus at least 17 large, almost $20,000 if we go A1. Of course, it's not that simple, is it? With maximum apertures of f4, either full-frame prime provides, given the same shutter speed, an extra 2+ stops of light, which in turn means, for example, roughly the difference between shooting at ISO 12,800 and 3,200, or 3,200 and 800. Big image quality differences. Or, for a given ISO, the difference between shooting at 1/40th of a second and 1/10th of a second. Even when we're talking the moon, that makes a difference. The dirty little secret to the moonshots, taken on 2 different nights, is that because I was basically exposing for sunlight bounced off the moon, I could shoot ISO 125 and 200. And with a Mongo tripod and gimbal head, I could shoot between 1/40th of a second and actually up to 1/400th of a second, given different nights, which at these fields of view or magnification are really slow because you can see the moon moving. Yet, clearly, fast enough. Then again, the other dirty little secret is that this kind of shot, camera mounted and locked down on a tripod for a relatively static subject, set to infinity focus, is no real test of the camera's, or lenses actually, autofocus or image stabilization. Finally, our little talk here doesn't address a very different option, a much closer competitor than any full-frame camera setup. I'm talking about Canon's $1,500 32.5 megapixel APS-C R7 paired with Canon's $700 RF600 f11 or $900 RF 800mm f11. This is somewhere between 2/3 to about half the price of the Fujifilm kit. I haven't had either in hand. I actually returned the R7 I bought because the lens selection is too paltry, made all the more so by Canon's decision to lock out third-party lenses. And these primes are less versatile and a stop slower than the Fujifilm Zoom. Still worth a look, though me personally, I'd pass just on principle. So that's it. A quick take on the power of a high-resolution crop sensor camera coupled with a brand new, superb and superbly valued super telephoto zoom designed to make the most of it for one relatively uncommon use case because, hey, why freeze your butt off when you can just Google images of the moon taken by NASA? And in the end, I know this raises more questions than answers, but I guess we'll both have to hold that. This video is brought to you by Squarespace. From custom domains to beautiful websites using their easily customizable templates that you can have up and running in minutes, e-commerce, email and email marketing, SEO, analytics, and scheduling, Squarespace does it all and has done it for us for the last 6 years. If you are a small to mid-sized business in any industry, Squarespace is the place to go for all of your website needs. Hop over to www.squarespace.com/Hugh for a free trial. And if you like what you see and want to move forward, receive 10% off your first order by using the discount code Hugh at checkout. Thanks, Squarespace. If you like what you've seen here today, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, join the conversation in the comment section below because this is an exceptional audience. If you'd like help with a portfolio review, gear selection, finding or honing your artistic voice, sign up for a one-on-one mentoring video call via Zoom at 3bmep.com/booking. Finally, please consider supporting our work by using the no-cost to you affiliate links down below, sending us coffee money via PayPal, or most especially, joining us on Patreon, links down below as well. However you choose to support us, as always, we thank you for it.